Hello everybody, my name is Darkslayer and you are watching Darkslayer TV. I screwed up my intro. Let's do that again. Hello everybody, this is Darkslayer TV and I am of course Darkslayer, bringing you some more StarCraft 2 action. And today we have a Masters level game on, and I know the name of this one, Dusk Towers. That's right, I am learning the names of the map. I am so proud of myself. Is that sad? Is that sad that I'm proud that I can remember the names of the ladder maps? Anyways, on the bottom left position, as our red Protoss here on Dusk Towers, we have the one, the only, hold on, let's go this way so I can read the icon, Galactic Gaming's Ogurec. And spawning up here at the top right middle-ish position as our creepy gooey blue Zerg, Hypnotoad. If I haven't mentioned already, this is a Masters level game, so we should be seeing some pretty interesting play coming out of both of our players, and hopefully some current meta. I'd like to learn from these guys, and I mean, who better to learn from than guys who are in Masters League that have that trophy? I mean, come on, this should be a pretty good game. At least I'm hoping it's a good game. So what do we got? We got a Protoss versus a Zerg on Dusk Towers. What do you normally see on a map like this? Well, the rush distance on a map like this between the third base and if you look right here, the other third base is not that long. So I wouldn't be surprised if we see a lot of Roaches and Ravengers and potentially that Hydra Lurker mix. I know that a lot of Zergs have been saying that, so it's a safe bet. But regardless, on a short map like this, wait a minute, I'm missing all kinds of stuff. So the Protoss is actually building pylons up here, and the Zerg is pulling a lot of drones to deal with it right now. I can't believe I missed this. Hypnotoad pulling everything he can to stop that, and it looks like he does get it stopped, and he does leave this pylon here, but, I mean, I don't think we're going to be seeing anything from it too soon. I mean, we do have the forge down, which I should have noticed. I'm sorry, guys. I completely missed stuff while I was blabbering on and on about craziness. But we did have an attempted cannon rush, and it did go down. The Lings are out now. They're going to go ahead and clean up that pylon, and Hypnotoad doing what appears to be an excellent defense. Ogurec not really getting anything done, and taking a huge hit to his economy as the first gateway is just now finishing up. So not necessarily his economy, but definitely his macro is a little bit in shambles compared to where it should be. These Lings are going to make their way across the map and see what they can find. They shouldn't be able to do too much damage, as the Protoss does have his base pretty much set up in a way that they shouldn't be able to get in. And with that early forge, he's even capable of putting a photon cannon down. So they might get past the probe here. We'll see. It is going to start running, but a good pylon placement does keep those Lings out. As I said, these are master level players, and so far they're doing a pretty fantastic job stopping each other from doing anything crazy and just dealing with cheese in general. And we don't even have speed on the way from Hypnotoad. He's just going to worry about getting that third up, spinning his larva, 99% on drones, maybe pump out a few more Lings if these were to die off, but probably not going to happen. We have a +1 coming in for our Protoss player, and I'm assuming an Adept. Yep, an Adept's on the way. So that Adept is going to go and see if we can kill some more drones, but I don't know. It's possible, but with the Queens already out like this, it's going to be hard for that Adept to get in there and really kill those drones without some mismicroing from Hypnotoad. So while it's possible, pretty unlikely. We now have 2 gases going down, or already built, and 2 more on the way, which really indicates we're going to be seeing that Roach aggression coming out. He's already got, oh, he doesn't have 100 gas yet. Hold on, let's see. He does. He does go for the speed. Okay. I was curious if he was going to skip the speed or not. The Adept does get a few kills, and is actually going to get an additional kill there on that, so it does get all 4 of those Lings. So, nice grab there for Ogurec. Nothing major, but the Zerg is aware now that the Adept is on the field. So I wouldn't be surprised if we've seen some more Lings being made, which we do. 6 more are on the way, just to really make sure they can chase down and get rid of those Adepts as they try to make their way across the map to kill drones. But as I said, we do have Queens on place. And a 4th actually already being taken by Hypnotoad. So Hypnotoad not wasting any time getting his economy going. Definitely looking for the long haul. Doesn't want to get any aggressive too quickly with a fourth going down that early. And these Lings, ooh, they will get the surround though, but the teleport away will keep that adept alive. I would say that adept probably just ran up there for the scouting information. I don't think that it was meant to go kill any drones, but who knows. And also, I would just like to mention how good the creep spread is from Hypnotoad, doing a fantastic job. But hold on, hold that thought. There is 5 gateways that have just been built for Ogurec, or Ogurec, I'm sorry, I can't read apparently. That could be a sign of aggression that early on with only 3 bases. We could be saying a pretty big push here from Ogurec, as he does have a Robe Bay finished. And what did he build? Oh, this is an observer. I seen the rally heading up there, and I wasn't sure what he saw or what he was sending up there, but it is just an observer. And to be quite frank, with that many gateways finishing up, if he was to a push, it would be kind of a good time to do it, as Hypnotoad is just now finishing up that Hydra Den, and only is going to have 9 Hydras and an additional 10 Lings. A push right now could do a lot of damage, potentially even kill this 4th base location, but I don't know if that was the plan. I mean, the addition of that many gateways that haven't quite warped yet tends to be a sign of aggression, but it could just be a macro move. But regardless, he isn't moving out, so I don't think he's wanting to get aggressive, even though I would recommend it, considering how much creep is already on the map. It's halfway to his base already, and whenever you let the Zerg sit around like this and you don't punish his drones or his macro, he's sitting in like Zerg heaven right now. This Zerg is going to have so much larva and money banked up that honestly, he's going to be an unstoppable force unless this Protoss moves out and starts doing something. I mean, as of right now, he's kind of just chilling. We don't have any drops coming in. Actually, we might now, but hold that thought as... oh, there's just some Lings coming in, my bad. But here comes the drop into the main base. He's going to immediately warp in a couple adepts right here to see if he can get anything done. But with that drone pull, he's probably not going to get too much done. The Queen is going to start pecking away at one of those adepts, but I don't quite think it's going to get it. And the teleport down here to the natural of the Zerg player, he will go ahead and get a Queen, so that's pretty fantastic. But as I was saying earlier, we have a huge Hydra force and Ling force moving down here, and he's going to lose both the Disruptors. I only seen one of the shots go off, and while it did get a few Hydralisks, it didn't get a lot of that army. However, the Protoss is in a pretty good position, and with that Blink, it's going to be hard for these Lings to get the kills off on the Stalkers, but with that Hydralisk support, they're still going to do quite a bit of damage, and turning around now, I honestly think this force can kill off those Stalkers if he's not careful. He does get a couple more, and the Adams were warped in a pretty bad spot, so they're going to go down as well. And even though he's losing these Hydras right now, his economy is in a place where it doesn't really matter. The Adams up here are just now being cleaned up, but... which, actually, he needs to micro this because he needs to get to the other side of him. This right here, he's losing so many Lings. There you go. There you go. You could have left about half of them right here, but, you know, I'm just getting picky at this point. Oh, my. All those Lings are going to go down. Surround them. All right. It looks like he's finally going to clean these up. But while he did do damage, he prevented mining at the natural, and he killed a ton of Lings right there. I don't know. The Zerg's macro is, like I said, he's in a Zergy heaven right now. The drop was a good, you know, move to delay the mining and do a little bit of damage, but this Zerg, I guarantee, is probably going to take a 5th any moment right now. And Hypnotoad's saying that he fails even harder, and I think he was talking about the drop. Which, and if that's true, then yes, I would say that you lost a lot of Lings there unnecessarily. But if you're talking about the push, I beg to differ. Unless you consider that an all-in, which I don't, because you were on 4 bases. I don't know. I don't think you failed very hard. Because our Protoss player is now taking a 4th, and as I said, you know, the Zerg is now moving up to their 5th base, and I wouldn't be surprised to see a 6th come down as well, which sounds ambitious, but in Legacy of the Void, not really. This main's going to start losing its mineral fields pretty soon here. Some Spore Crawlers coming down now to deal with the Warp Prism. 2-2 on the way, but he's getting that melee upgrade. I'm not sure what the reason for that is. I'm assuming it's because he wants to transition into Ultras later? I'm not really sure, because he has the Lurker Den on the way, so I'm not 100% sure about the choice of going for the melee upgrades right now, but, you know, maybe he has a plan that I'm unaware of. So the Protoss player getting a pretty basic composition for Legacy of Void. It's the composition I like to go for. Warp Prism, some Disruptors, some Stalkers, some Adepts, with the addition of some High Templar eventually. It's a pretty good composition to fight with pretty much against any Zerg force. So it's pretty good all around. However, I still dislike Disruptors. I don't know if I've ever told that to you guys, but I hate these things. I don't like them. Because, you know, I'm not going to get into that. Just know that I hate them with a fiery, burning passion. And also, I just thought of that, Blizzard. Your Changeling still turns into a Zealot. Protoss doesn't use Zealots anymore. So therefore, Blizzard, you kind of need to change what the Changeling turns into. I just thought of that. But hold that thought, because we have a Dark Shrine on the way. And you know what they say, win behind, Dark Shrine. So that Dark Shrine is going to be able to hopefully do some econ damage and bring this Protoss player back in the game. And I know it doesn't look like he's out of it yet, but watch what's about to happen. We're going to see a pretty big fight happen as he's on that creep, and the Zerg player is going to start spending all of his larvae on roaches and hydralisks to help defend. And with these lurkers now in position, I'm not sure that the Zerg's going to be able to do much. He does have an observer in position, but it does go down. So he's unable to see this, and ooh, nice fungal there. Onto these Stalkers, and another nice fungal is going to keep these Stalkers in position. Oh my gosh, but these Disruptor shots are freaking fantastic, and a huge part of that Zerg force goes down pretty quickly. But as I said about that econ and that macro, the Zerg heaven, 12 more Hydralisks are on the way, and 12 more Zerglings are on the way as well. With the addition of these Lurkers, I don't know if this Protoss ball is going to be able to do much. It's going to try to move towards the natural now, which is a fantastic idea, just because these Lurkers are out of position, and these are so close. They're going to get sniped before they even get burrowed. One does successfully get burrowed, and a shot does miss there, and another huge shot on the Zerg force. Oh my gosh, the freaking Disruptor shots on these Zerg forces are fantastic right now. The dodging of Hypnotoad is not the best, but a huge warp in here. Oh, and he doesn't quite get the Warp Prism in time. They do finish warping in, luckily for our Zerg player, but he does not have a pylon placed up here, so he's not going to be able to warp in any more reinforcements for the remainder of this battle. And we do have a warp in of Lurkers on the way, surprisingly only warping in 18 seconds, and another observer does arise, and a huge blink confident forward, and it's going to start ravaging all of these freaking Lurkers and Hydralisks and Roaches. However, everything in the Protoss army has such low health. The AoE from those Lurkers did their job, and I don't know what to say. We have a ton of Lings and Roaches on the way, and this is the Zerg macro that I was telling you about. With this much resources and this many hatcheries, like, look what just happened. Did you see those Disruptor shots and the damage they did? And meanwhile, the Zerg is just going to remass, and there's nothing the Protoss can do about it. Look at the supply right now. We have 97 supply to Hypnotoad's 145. You know, you can't let the Zerg player sit around as long as Ogurec did. While he did do those drops, it just wasn't enough. Hypnotoad is in macro heaven, and he's going to start moving forward again with these Blink Stalkers, but I don't know if it's in his best interest to do that right now. However, he's going to start going the long way around. Oh, it's over here. It's to kill this Zergling. I'm assuming he tried to expand, but there was a freaking Zergling. As a Protoss player, I know this frustration. Ogurec, if you're watching this right now, I know this frustration. It's awful. Excuse me if you heard that. Anyways, okay. Ooh, we actually have some Colossus coming out. As a Protoss player, he's double pumping Colossus. Oh. I learned something new, because I've been having struggles fighting my Zergy brethren, and now that I know that you can add Colossus in Legacy of the Void, I will do that. I know it sounds crazy that I didn't know you could add Colossus, but ever since that nerf, you really don't see that many Colossus, so I just never added them. But anyways, back to the game. Ogurec is getting slowly back into this, and Hypnotoad, I think, missed a pretty big opportunity. While he might not have been able to kill Ogurec with that kind of supply lead, and after you kill a Protoss army like that, they have very small numbers. So doing things like attacking this third base location while attacking this fourth base location, and potentially even getting Lings into the main, is something that is manageable from the Zerg player in these situations. And I'm really surprised that he didn't take advantage of the fact that the Protoss ball had died. And here we go, Ogurec now going to slowly start moving forward again. Never mind, deciding to turn around. And we actually do have an Archon. Was that out of 2 Dark Templar? No, it does look like it was out of High Templar. Is he just making those purely... Okay, he's making them purely for the Archons, which is a little surprising, as there's a ton of Lings and Festers and Hydralisks, which are the perfect target for those storms. But then again, I guess Archons are really, really good at dealing with Zerglings, so still an excellent choice. Anything to really beef up that Protoss army. And now we're in a little bit of a stalemate as both players are just trying to figure out how they want to engage, get that composition that they're looking for, and then strike. I would imagine that Hypnotoad is waiting for a couple more upgrades before he moves out, as he is sitting at 200 supply, which is a bit surprising. With the money that he has and the amount of hatcheries that he has, I'm surprised he's not doing things like attacking this base while attacking this base while attacking this base. Like, this map is so good for attacking multiple locations, and as a Zerg player that's been able to macro like this, I'm a little surprised he's not taking advantage of that fact. You know, with the capability of getting his army back. As such, these roaches are going to go ahead and start moving that way, and we'll go ahead and get a probe snipe, potentially. Yes, they do get the probe, and oh, there we go. Alright, I guess there's something going on in the main. No, nothing going on, just a scouting overseer. And these roaches are going to go ahead and start attacking that base, but the army was in position to deal with it. I'm not sure if he was throwing supply away in order to build additional units. It does look like it, because we have some Corruptors on the way. Which, by the way, I missed these Vipers. So the Vipers are going to be here. Some Corruptors, which I'm assuming are going to be used for Broodlords. But both players are maxed right now. I'm not sure what they're waiting for. But they are slowly waiting. We do have the Warp Prison now in position. The Zerg is definitely getting into a position to attack right now, and I'm not sure if he knows about all these lurkers. Yes, he does, as the Observer does approach, and oh, he needs to be careful. The AoE from those lurkers will damage the shields very quickly, which will pretty much destroy half of the Protoss army's health. And nice, I like what he's doing here. He's using the Colossus to get rid of these lurkers. And oh my gosh, in the meantime, I missed it. All of these Lings are ravaging all of the bases of the Protoss player right now. So while the Protoss is attacking, he's sort of in an all-in position. We do have a couple good fungals going off. However, that did sacrifice the Infestors, and there's not a lot left here to defend for Hypnotoad. He needs to use all of the money that he has and Larva on units to start dealing with this Protoss army, because the Protoss is in a position where he's sort of all in. He lost both of his mining bases. His third does have a little bit of minerals, but not very much left. And yeah, he's even going to start going in for this main. He's going to be attacking the natural. The Zerg, all you have to do is defend. Just defend, Zerg. Zerg, defend. Make your units, spend your money. So, but I mean, we do have 6 Ultras on the way, so the 6 Ultras are going to help quite a bit. And if I'm not mistaken, there are Broodlords on the map. I think I've seen those in the production tab. I'm not 100% sure where those are, but I'm pretty sure I saw them. The Lings devastating the Protoss base, but it does look like they will finally get cleaned up here. And here we go. A bunch of Ultras just spawned at the main, and they're in a pretty good position to start AoEing down all these Colossus. He needs to pull the Colossus back, and all of the Colossus are going to go down to the Ultralisks. And the Ultralisk are doing a fantastic job eating this Protoss army alive. And as I said, the Protoss is in sort of an all-in position. The Zerg has enough bases to be able to stop this. And there you go, the GG well played from Ogurec. Congratulations, Hypnotoad. You won this ladder match. And as always, guys, if you enjoyed my casting in the game, please subscribe, leave a comment, and let me know what you thought. And if you want your replay cast, send it to DarkslayerReplays@gmail.com. That's in the description. That is DarkslayerReplays@gmail.com. Have a good one, guys.